Hi there, BookTube, it's Ros. Now, when I did my video about plans for 2022, I mentioned that Tilly and I are going to carry on reading a play each month and do a discussing drama video. And a couple of people really sensibly commented, why don't you tell us in advance what it is you're going to read, so that by the time you put up the video, maybe we might have read it too, and it could be a more sort of participatory thing and more fun. Of course, we should have thought of that before, shouldn't we? So I'm going to tell you now the first 3 plays we're planning on reading in 2022, so that if you fancy joining in some way, you can. And I would say the thing about reading a play is it usually only takes an hour or so it's not a big commitment, and it is a different reading experience. So in January, we're going to read this. 6 Characters in Search of an Author by Luigi Pirandello. It was written in or published in 1921. And it's that was a time, wasn't it, when there was a lot of sort of creative invention and change in all parts of literature, including drama. And this is would be described as absurdist. It's kind of meta-theatrical. That's the word. It starts with actors rehearsing a play, and then some characters arrive and kind of disrupt that. Sounds like good fun, doesn't it, for January, when things are dark and strange, and it's good to be absurd. And if anyone wants to read it in Italian, we'll read it in English, but that'd be cool. So, number 2, our February choice. February is US Black History Month. It's not UK's Black History Month, but that's by the by. Because it's the American Black History Month, we last year we read a kind of classic from the 1950s by a Black American woman playwright, Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun, which was brilliant. So this year we thought we'd read a contemporary, like up-to-date Black American woman playwright, and that is Dominique Morisseau. Never seen anything or read anything by her, but she comes sort of highly recommended. And we're going to read Pipeline, which she wrote I think I haven't written it down, but maybe around 2017, it's recent. And it's about how the American education system can almost act like as a pipeline leading young Black men into the prison system. Sounds dark, but interesting. That's that. Then in March, we're going much further back in time, back to the Spanish Baroque golden age of literature, because Tilly and I are reading, as part of a group, Don Quixote by Cervantes, starting in March, and we thought we'd find one of his Spanish contemporaries to kind of complement that in our choice of play. So we're going to read a play that was published in 1619 by Lope de Vega, who was a very prolific playwright and author generally. And the one we've picked is Fuenteovejuna. My pronunciation is terrible, but Tilly's will be better. And it's one of his sort of most notable plays, and again, someone that interested reader never had. And I think that Tilly will probably read it in both Spanish and English, and I'll just read it in English. And so if you fancy, joining us in some way, those are the plays we're going to do. We will make sure that we put the discussing drama video up towards the end of the month to give people time to have read the play if they fancy. And there you go.